guys, Louisa here, and yes, I am drinking my coffee, so I'm probably going to be hyped up right now. I just got back from work, and I needed to do this video before I start packing things up. So this is my latest card, and I think the last one for a little while. I have to look up my dates and everything, but I think this is the last card I'm going to make for now. And then I got to work on some small projects and big projects and just, a whole bunch of things. So this is a birthday card for another good friend of mine, and in colors that this person loves. So it's a Paris theme or Parisian themed card. It's another easel card, of course. I love making easel cards because you can display them nicely. It looks like a little piece of art. It's something that you can actually have out all year round if you wanted to. Otherwise, you can just close it up and, store it away. So now the papers that I use for this are something that I hadn't used in a long time. I use Lost and Found 2, and this one's called Blush. So it has a lot of pinks in here and blacks, and it's got the hot pink in here. And it also has some blue, I believe, because I used some blue, but I'm not sure if it's, yeah. So there's even a little bit of blue, and then there's cream, so that's why I picked this out. Plus it had the Parisian theme in here. I wanted to use another one of the laser cut pieces from Gina's Design from that same pack that I used the chandelier on this card. But I wanted a different look. So I wanted to use that same set, and this is the, where did I put the paper? Parisian set, I believe. Oh, why do I lose things? Hold on, here it is. So this set is called Parisian Shape Set, and it's at Gina's Designs. So I'll post a link down below so you can check it out. And I've only used, one piece at a time, so that just kind of shows you how far you can, how much you can get out of these little sets that she has. I mean, you don't have to use everything in one project. So I just been using one piece at a time. So yeah, you can stretch it out. Alright, let me put this aside. Alright, it's such a mess in here. So I used that, and I also used only one sheet out of here for the backing, and this is Middle Lark from My Mind's Eye also, and it's pretty much everything in here is just black and white. So I just used one of these for my backing. And then for the stamp, I used the same set that I used on that other card, but I used this one instead of this one. So I really like this stamp set. And this is the TPC Studio card crafting happy birthday. It's what it says up there, so I guess that's the name. Really nice, and it has little sentiments too, so if you don't want to write out your own. Where I stamped that is on one of the papers from that blush, or from Lost and Found 2 blush, and I used this large EK Success banner punch. It's the only one I have, but it's a nice size actually, and it was perfect for that stamp. And just some trims from here and there, and I cannot remember where I purchased this from. I want to say Hobby Lobby, but it could have been Walmart, I don't know. And then also I used this really cool braided trim that, again, I don't remember where I got. Same place that I bought this gray one. But it was a recent purchase, so it had to been, I don't know, maybe Walmart or Hobby Lobby or something. So I used that black trim there, and then some trims that were given to me. This gorgeous eyelet trim in black. Love this. Nice and wide. And then some of this lace here. It's a ruffled lace. And I'm pretty sure somebody gave me this one. And that's all I have left of it, is this little piece here. So that's all I have out to show you, and I'll show you the inks that I use in a minute while I go through. Oh, and of course a variety of flowers from Wild Orchid Craft and Michael's. Yes, and I'll show you those in a second when I go through these things. So again, it's just an easel card, and it's using that black cardstock that I used on the last card, and I cut it down to a 5.5 by 5.5, so it was a little bigger and gave me more surface. And here's the back. That's how I finished it. I left the black cardstock because I'm probably just going to sign it with a white gel pen. And on this one, instead of the explosion, I did a very big opening here and did my curls, and because I really wanted to expose the paper in the background. Hold on, I need a coffee break. Alright, so we will start from underneath. So there's the paper that I used for the inside, and here is a really cute bird in a cage, and here it says charming, lovely, and beautiful. So it's just right for the person that this is going to. And on all my papers, I inked with 2 inks. You're going to see a light pink here. That is the spun sugar. And then the black, which is the black soot. So I did first the pink, you know, I went in further and then less of the black, and then I distressed all my edges with my Tim Holtz Distresser. And it looked like that. So this is, I'm actually just going to write directly on here instead of adding anything, I think. I think it's just like a perfect spot there, and I don't need to add a card or anything, or a die cut or something. So on the bottom, I layered my trim, and see, I started it, I wanted some of it to hang off because I like exposing it when you close your card. I like to show that. So I hung it maybe halfway, and there it is. And you see it's got gesso. I did gesso everything, and I love the way I kind of like brushed it on lightly, and it brings out the trim and the sewing that it has. I don't know what you call that. It just brings out that design. And then here's that one lace, and then there's the pink one, and in the center I added that black braided trim. Just love the way that looks. And over here, this little piece here was actually a pin or a brooch. I know they have it at, or had it at Michael's. Somebody gave this to me, and I don't remember exactly who. I want to say it was, who do I want to say it was? I know it was one of my friends from my old Nothing But Crafts group. It was one of the ladies there when we were doing lots of swaps back then. But I hadn't used it till now. I've been hoarding it for the right project and for the right person, so that's where I put it. I did remove everything that was on the back. I just had to get my big pliers out to yank everything off so it was a little more flat, not too out. But she can always pry it off and then use it on something else if she really wanted to. So on the front, I used 2 layers of paper, and one thing I love about my mind's eye is that it is double-sided paper, and I don't have to back it up, you know, with some other thing. I love curling, and I love seeing another design on the reverse side. So, coffee break, hold on. So back here, this paper is kind of like dictionary paper, like a vintage looking dictionary paper maybe. You could kind of see it down here a little more. And you see in the corners there. But it has this hot pink design, almost like a floral design on this side. And there's some more underneath, like there's some over here too, but I really wanted to expose that and show both the text and the pink. So then I just slit the top layer, which is this striped blue stripe, and it had the Eiffel Tower here. It has some other stuff underneath, but I ended up covering, I think it said adore or j'adore, I don't know, whatever, it's some French word. So again, I inked everything with the spun sugar and the black soot, and then I made a big slit in the middle of my paper right here and went all the way to like the center and added more ink to the edges and everything, and then curled those 2 sides and then exposed the script that's on this side. Hopefully you could see that. And you know, I ripped and teared and did a few more curls here and there. There's a couple little ones, and then there's 2 there. And before I adhered this down, I put some cheesecloths in the back, sort of the same way that I did this one here. I just added it to the back of the paper. And then I put this down with some of my quick dry adhesive and a little bit of hot glue. So then I also put another piece of cheesecloth underneath this, what do you call it? This bunch of flowers. So there's actually some under there. Not too much showing, but it's there. And then I just picked a whole bunch of flowers in different colors that matched my papers. And my favorite has to be this polka dot one, and that's from Michael's. I picked up a whole bunch of these because first of all it had black in there, and then there's that polka dot one. I just love it. It just makes me think French. And then also these daisy type ones. These are actually chrysanthemums, and they are the pink white mixed chrysanthemums. I'll show you the code. I love these flowers. It's a nice size. So that's these hot pink ones, and then I put a white one in there. I had to put some lighter color flowers in there just to break it up. I didn't want everything to be so dark. Back here, and I think there's another one underneath the Eiffel Tower, is another wild orchid craft, which I'm not sure is in here. Yes, it is in here. This is the mixed green tone cottage roses. I use a lot of that often. And then, let me see. We got these little teeny tiny ones. I think those are actually daisy. They're Cosmo daisies. Mixed pink, white cosmos. And I also use the mixed aqua blue. So that one. And that one. And then you'll see, whoops, blue up here, and there's another one down here, and then the little pink ones. Was there another one? There's a white one. So that's pretty much it. And then I don't have the package for the these little hot pink ones. There's some more back here. And there's one tucked under here. Those are the Michael's ones. I already used up that package. And then the rest are just from my stash. This one here is actually one of the Michael ones that come with this pack. So the rest of the regular roses, these, and what else? That black one is from my stash. I think someone gave me that also, and I'm down to like 2 flowers left. And then all these little buds are also wild orchid crafts. The only package I have is this one here. Mixed green tone hip rose buds, and those are the largest ones that I have, the little like bluish color ones. So there, I just made a little bunch in different spots and up here. Okay, so that's all the flowers. And then what I did was, as I was putting my flowers down, I had this Eiffel Tower from Gina's Design, and what I did to it was, you see it's kind of shiny and it has a bit of texture to it. I used my liquid pearl dimensional onyx pearl. Onyx pearl. And I covered the whole piece with that. Let it partially dry, and then when it was dry enough where I can touch it, but it was still kind of mushy, I kind of put it upside down to my mat, flattened it out, and it gave me this texture. Because I don't have, what do you call it? Embossing powders and stuff like that. And believe me, I don't want to get into that because I know I want to buy every single powder there is. So I just, you know, played around and came up with that. And I really like it. It's shiny, and yet you get a little bit of texture. So I love the way that came out. And I just laid it across the 2 curls here and then finished off the flowers. And this is where I tucked in flowers underneath here, here, and here, so that it doesn't, it has something to support, you know, because this was like hanging loose there. So that's how I brought in the Eiffel Tower. And then I punched a piece of a scrap from this paper, and then, you know, stamped on the happy birthday, inked the edges the same. Gave it a bit of a wave, and then tucked it there behind the cheesecloth and the flowers that I have there. So let me get a little closer so you can see what I did there. And I purposely put this pendant in that spot because, like I said, this is kind of free floating there. When you put it there, it kind of looks, you know, it doesn't look like it's floating in midair because this is in the way. So that is it. That's my little project. That's my card, my second birthday card. So we've got 2 birthday cards and my little congratulations wedding card for my cousin, which this one came out. This one was a little smaller, but it's for shipping purposes. I didn't need it to be so big. So that's what I've been up to for the past week. And now putting these away, packing them up, and then start on some new projects. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for following, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.